been well received by the audience. How does it feel?
It feels great. It feels superb. The trailer's reaction is very good, and the film's reaction is going to be 100 times more.
I think trailer is the first communication in the business of cinema, and it communicates what the film is about. And when the trailer is received so well, I think it's extremely heartening for the filmmakers, because they can expect, more pair of eyes into the theaters.
You both have worked together earlier. How different it was working for the Ghazi Attack?
The difference in the screenplay was different, the story was different, the setup was different. We remained the same as people.
Okay, and what do you want to say about it?
I think the earlier film that we worked on was a comedy called Chalis Chaurasi, and it depicted something completely different, and it was a different kind of entertainment. And naturally, actors approach their characters and their stories according to the characters and the stories. So this was a different, as KK said, was a different story and a different character. So we approached it differently.
Oh, okay. You have completed almost 20 years in the industry with stupendous roles to remember. How does it feel?
Today I'm feeling very old, because everyone is mentioning that I'm here for 20 years. So that is one thing what I'm feeling. But I think when I set out from Solapur, films were never, on my agenda. But I just set out to act, and I'm still acting for last 15 years in films. So I'm happy about it, really happy.
Okay. Share your experience working for the Ghazi. Was it challenging emotionally as well as physically?
It was interesting. Challenging is for those who don't have the caliber. I think we have it. So we decide on things based on whether it's interesting or uninteresting. So for me, it was an interesting journey, just to understand the trials and tribulations of all these people, the soldiers who were there in the submarine, the way they lived, the way they must have conducted themselves over a period of so many days in that little space with the constant threat of the enemy. Having a superior machinery and superior submarine with them is quite a task. So I think our respect for our soldiers grew many fold.
Did you feel patriotic or some sort of strong feelings while shooting for the film or a scene?
As actors, it is our duty to read the scene and do it the way our director wants it. It is not our duty to have our own emotions come in between anything. So our duty is to create emotions for the people who are watching it. So it's work, I guess, for actors, and we were working very hard, because this film needed that, to work very hard. Everyone, not only actors, but the technicians, director, everyone. And I'm really proud that we could pull this through, because this was a very difficult, film. And if the Ghazi Attack is received well by people, I think more and more young filmmakers would come forward to make such interesting films. And I think that would be the biggest achievement of the success of the Ghazi Attack.
Menon sir.
What was the question again?
The question was, did you feel patriotic or some sort of feelings while shooting for the film?
Yeah, when I saw the film ultimately, we all felt very patriotic. See, it's a different experience while shooting for a film. We are absolute thorough professionals. So it's possible that I'm playing a non-patriotic role. Then what do I do? So yeah, so it's nothing to do with our personal feelings and emotions. We inherently are patriotic any which way. It's just that when you see a film and you know that you're a part of a film like this, even if you are not the patriotic kinds in the film, you will still feel patriotic. So when we saw the film ultimately, each one of us felt very proud of being associated with a film like this. At the same time, paying a tribute to our soldiers who are completely unsung.
How was your experience working with late Om Puri sir?
Om Puri, sir, mm, his work speaks for himself. I mean, he's a
How
great
was your experience?
You can't term it as experience. It's a lifetime. His experience is, we have, at least we actors, have been experiencing him through his work throughout our lives. He's been one of the sources of inspiration for people like us. So he was a big, very big actor, though not given his due in his lifetime, but I think he was a colossal figure as far as acting is concerned.
And you, sir?
I did not have a scene with him in this film. Yeah.
Do you think Bollywood is waking up to unconventional actors?
यार ये मत पूछो मेरे से, मेरा बहुत निकल जाएगा मुंह से. नहीं, unconventional means what? I don't know. I think acting, there's only one kind. What is most popular is unconventional. So what do I do to that? You know. So yeah. So unconventional, I don't know how does it define what is unconventional? I don't know. Not acting, hamming is unconventional. Then, yes, then it might be true that it's doing a lot of business. A lot of hamming, a lot of stuff which is jingoistic and whatnot. I mean, faking it is happening. It's earning a lot of business, which is fine. Kudos to them. But we have followed a particular principle of performing, where there's something called a truth of everything that you do. If that is not there, of course, then you can always loot a bank and make money, so you can become a billionaire. So it doesn't matter. So, but if you want to run a bank properly and then make money, it's a difficult job. It's not so easy. So you need to differentiate between what is conventional and unconventional. I don't know. All I know is that there's one way of approaching things, which is to be truthful to that and try and immerse yourself in that and then try and take out the best possible thing. You would never have a diamond if so much of, and you would never have a diamond if people refuse to really polish it well and, you know, take out the charcoal, take out everything else and make it shiny. So it's whole process. So if, as long as you believe in that, I don't know whether that's conventional or unconventional. So I would say that truth is what we believe in.
You take example of all our superstars. Dilip Sahab was said he was unconventional. The way he spoke, they said he was completely unconventional. Rajesh Khanna Sahab, when he came on the background of Devanand, Raj Kapoor and all that, you know, that kind of cinema, they said Rajesh Khanna hero banega. He was completely unconventional with his face and in his looks. Amit ji, Amitabh Bachchan came, he's unconventional height, unconventional voice. He was rejected when he went for the audition in a radio station. And these people made those unconventions the conventions. So I think we have to be very careful when we say unconventional, because the definition of unconvention keeps on changing, and the people who are unconventional change it.
Okay, that was really good. How was your experience working with the director?
Sankalp is an engineer, basically by profession, and this is his first film. When he wrote the script, he built an entire submarine in his garage to the scale, and that is how, well, he knows submarine and the technicalities of the film that he is making. And I think it is extremely heartening that such young filmmakers are coming and they are making such unconventional films, and there are now producers and presenters who are there to support these kind of films. So I think that Sankalp is an example of the young directors who want to tell the story that they want to tell.
Same here, ditto, because I think here is a young man who was so immersed in his work that everything about the submarine, everything about the command change system, etc., etc., he was so thorough about it that we didn't have to do much of work. We just had to look at him for whatever is there in the rule book, etc., etc. So he was a completely thorough. So for us, that aspect of research was only Sankalp, and we used to just approach him for whatever research material that we required. Rest, the drama aspect, we used to all work it out together. So the job became much easier because of a director like Sankalp there.
The success of films like Dangal, Pink and Neerja proved that audiences prefers content-oriented films over the films with higher box office collections. What do you have to say about it?
There are many types of films that are being made, and they will always be made in India. So I don't think that you just need to judge a complete business of cinema dependent on just what has happened in last 6 months. So I think we should not be doing that, and there is scope for every kind of film in this country, because there are those many kind of people staying here with different backgrounds altogether, educational, social, economical backgrounds. And that is what we as people from the business of cinema should understand and should respect all kinds of films.
Thank you. And sir, the same.
It's very heartening to know that these films have done very well, and hats off to Amir for Dangal, because I think when I saw the film, I personally felt very proud. I just felt that, not because of the sport in it, I just felt that for a mainstream superstar to never ever misuse his stardom is a great achievement. Amir is one such example, shining example of our industry, wherein he's never misused his stardom. He's used his stardom with a lot of integrity and responsibility. Be it Rang De Basanti, be it any other film that he's done. You watch his films and you'll know that here is a man who's legitimately a star of a country. The rest is all humbug. So I think Amir Khan, salute to him. I think there's zero narcissism. He could have easily plastered posters all over the country with the six-pack abs which he had in the film. He didn't do that. He was an old man sitting there with his two daughters. That requires guts as a star. That requires inherent security of the fact that I will not be rejected because I'm doing a film which is supposed to be a film and a piece of cinema and not just 3 days business. I personally believe that 3 days business, whatever is being done today, can never be for posterity. It is a hit and run case in which there's a packaging, certain presentation of things and certain things put together. 3 days business, the films are not cinema, cannot be cinema. Cinema has to be, the intention has to be for posterity. If that happens, truly our cinema in large proportions will start evolving. Because what is happening is when we say that Garibi Hatao as a major principle, what about the poverty of cinema? Don't you want to eradicate that? Don't you want to educate people on cinema? So if you keep doling out just because वो गरीब है उसको गंदी रोटी दे दो वो खुश है इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि you keep doling out that trash to people and give them that opium, that drug which is actually spoiling their health as far as cinema is concerned. But you keep giving them and make your money and make your bungalows and make your cars and forget the fact that Garibi Hatao in cinema doesn't exist. It exists. You have to educate people. Films like Dangal or Rajkumar Hirani's film, these are films which give you examples of the fact that you can make a lot of money by content. Content is not poison. People have given more business to Dangal than any other film in the recent past. Why is it so? You can't say that, oh, audiences don't want that. No, it's not possible. Because Amir Khan has shown the way, Raju Hirani has shown the way, that in mainstream cinema you can have content and yet make a piece of cinema and yet have the business to it and make lots of money. So I don't know why people are not following that track. Because nowhere has it shown that, oh, people are rejecting these films. No, they are loving it.
Tell us about your future projects.
I'm doing a film called Vodka Diaries after this, and that's about it. Yeah.
And you, Atul sir?
I am doing a film called Pranam with Rajiv Khandelwal, and another film called Vash with Siddharth, my Rang De Basanti co-star.
Okay. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. So can you do that? Of the film has been well received by the audience. How does it feel?
Very satisfying first, because obviously we set out to do something new and unique and interesting, and we did it for the people to like it, and we're very, very happy with the response.
Taapsee.
Same here, when your experimentation or your hard work is appreciated and approved by the audience, it feels nice. So who will say that?
So did you expect her not to feel happy about it?
Yeah,
Obviously, I
yeah. So that's why I felt happy. So yeah.
Okay. Taapsee, this question is for you. Pink, Baby, The Ghazi Attack, RunningShadi.com, and Naam Shabana. You have been doing some more incredible roles. What are your criteria when you pick those roles?
I pick the directors most of the times because I feel a good director can make an average film also really good, and then comes the script and my role. That's as simple as that. And I've not reached a position where I can say, okay, you make a film for me or you make a film for me. So I just choose from whatever options I get. I just choose from the best out of that.
Rana, you were shooting for Bahubali and the Ghazi Attack at the same time.
Right.
Was it challenging to move from one role to another?
Well, it is a little bit because both are very character specific. Bahubali is a film, it's a war film, it's a medieval war film where I play a warlord and I kill bisons with my bare hands and things like that. So I need to look the part. And this is obviously it's based off a true event, though it's a fictional tale in its form. The characters are real. They at least you want to make the audience feel that most of this actually happened. And so there's a brief of how a submariner is, how a naval officer is. There's a sense of discipline. There's a sense of, I mean, if it's a body, it's a sense of being more agile, more athletic in form. So which is what I did for this film. So yes, but the bigger problem was to get back to Bahubali. I had to put that all back on. So that was a problem.
Taapsee, you have a small part in the trailer. Not much has been revealed. Can you share about your role in the film?
So I play, my character's name is Ananya. I play a Bangladeshi refugee. So this incident, when it happened in 1971, is the same year Bangladesh was formed. From East Pakistan, it became Bangladesh. So that's why my character, like we try to incorporate that fact also in the film, and so hence my character is from that part of the world, that part of the land. And she's a refugee, so she has seen her family getting killed in front of her own eyes. So the only thing she's left with is herself, and she wants to really live, and it's not like she's given up on life. So she saves herself out of it and runs away, and she happens to come across this big accident, and these naval officers save her from that and get her into the submarine. So you'll see me doing that.
So as Ananya, physically and mentally, how challenging the role was?
See, physically, not that much, frankly speaking, because I was inside the submarine most of the time, just seeing whatever is happening or just being a part of the whole drama that was happening inside the submarine. But mentally, little bit, because see, this character has seen so much happen in front of her eyes, but still she has not given up on life. You have to be really strong from inside. You might just look that you just lost everything from outside, but inside you're extremely strong. That's why you can probably still stay alive and be there in spite of losing everything in your life.
Rana, you play the role of Commander Arjun Verma in film. How was your experience?
Well, when you play anything which is associated with any armed forces that you have, so obviously there'll be a certain sense of righteousness or discipline and patriotism and all of those that come in very truthful, very less emotional in terms of reactions and reacting to situations, because obviously you're commanding a certain army at a very crucial point in life itself. It's between life and death that you play. So I mean, it's all of those. You'll have every line of yours is very measured, very correct. It's not there's no loose talk. There'll be no randomness in character or any kind of fluctuation.
Okay. So how was your experience working with Taapsee?
Well, obviously, it's always like this is the third film that I've been together with her. Whether it's I did a Tamil film before, I did Baby before, and somebody I've known all my life. I've known her for the last 7-8 years, from when she's become an actor. I mean, I'm very fond of her as a human being. I'm very fond of the kind of cinema that she does, and I'm very happy that she's part of this film, and I'm very happy with the kind of work that she does.
And how was your experience, Taapsee?
Outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, one word he's answered it, but
outstanding. It could be, there's nothing else. Taapsee has nothing else to say with this.
No, we have worked together. We've been like, funnily, we both started in Telugu but never got to work in Telugu together. So this is the film that we are doing in Telugu and Hindi as well. So nice to be working on a set with him, because I've known him as a person. Now I know him as an actor as also after this film, working with him. After I would like to really do a full-fledged film with him where I can like work with him for a more number of days, but I really look forward to it. With the kind of track record we've had together with both the films that we've done before, I think we are again gonna nail it.
Indeed, indeed. Rana is such a serious actor, even behind the cameras, or does he play pranks or fun?
He is anything but serious behind the camera. Yeah, let me tell you that.
How different it was working with Taapsee for this time, like in Ghazi?
Well, see, obviously, when you work with, just putting her aside as a human, I mean, if you just look at her as an actor, she's a very fine actor. She's somebody who's evolved very, very beautifully over time, and it always adds a lot to the film, lots to all of us, and this kind of support that a fine actor like her does accentuates what the scene is completely.
So, what are your future plans, like after the Ghazi? What are your future plans?
Well, my future plans
Project?
in life.
Like, no, not in
Then?
obviously the life. That's a part of your life. Your future projects.
Well, I have a film called Bahubali that comes 2 months after Ghazi does, and yeah, I have a bunch more coming in this year.
We have lots of film coming up, so I'll talk about it as and when
Yeah,
they
so
come
every
out.
time it's in Hindi, I'll keep coming back here and talking to you, and she'll be here talking to you all the time.
Yes, for all my films.
Rana, if audience will get the answer that Katappa ne Bahubali ko kyun mara in Bahubali 2?
That's the whole reason we made this film, it's so that it's the conclusion, it's the answer. Yes, they will.
Okay, so the final question. Taapsee, there's a matrimonial site Shadi.com which has filed a case against your running Shadi.com to change the title. What's your take?
It's done. The case is sorted. We have changed the name. Now it's Running Shadi. Does it make a difference? I don't think so.
Okay, thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
Thank you.